Hello and welcome to the Retro Tech 120p challenge. My name is Jays Manchild. This is the final round. Please do go all the way from the beginning to the end. This is about the sport of kings, which is of course boxing. Kings, of course, well known for their boxing. Never see kings not boxing, do we? I don't know why it's called that. Anyway, so yes, this is a Konami game called... Bear with me, hang on. I'm just consulting my notes. It's called Hard Puncher Blood Soaked Glory in Japan. There are differences between this and that. You can see quite a strong Rocky motif going on here with Jabbing Jim, obviously being the Stallone Rocky counterpart, and the black chap with the mohawk obviously being Clubber Lang, played by Mr. T. That is not accidental. In the Japanese version, Jabbing Jim is actually known as Rocky Smith. So they avoided some of the litigation there. So that's pretty good. The black guy is Knockout Nick. And Mr. Mohican in the Japanese one. So they just went, alright, well, we'll leave Mr. T alone. So yeah, this is a fairly decent 1989 boxing game. I think it's probably one of my favourite boxing games, having just started to play it, because I'm not really a fan of boxing games. I get they've got a lot of appeal. Didn't really like Mike Tyson's Punch Out or any of the EA ones, but this is a nice arcadey game. They nick a lot of the sound effects from Main Event, the wrestling game that Konami put out at the same time. This is much better than that. It is tricky though. It is a tricky game to get to grips with. I think there will be people that do a lot better than I do. There will probably be people that do worse. So the RetroTech 120p challenge, as you can see, Sylvester Stallone's Mutant Mouth and two Joe Wiley twins. Yeah. So the RetroTech 120p challenge is this. You can have as many goes as you so wish, however, as soon as you press the record button. That is that. That's the only go you're allowed to submit, using your 2 credits. See how far you get. Here I'm taking on a chap called Red Falco, who's apparently supposed to be from England. He is his name comes from Red Falcon, which is something from the Contra series. The player 2 character, if you play this 2 players, is supposed to be based on Lance from the Contra franchise. His name... actually, no. Lance is supposed to be Sylvester Stallone's character as well. And the other guy, Gentleman Joe, is supposed to be based on Bill Riser from the Contra franchise. So that's weird, isn't it? It's a weird crossover, boxing and Contra. So yeah, there's that. The Japanese version is known as Hard Puncher Blood Soaked Glory. I practiced on that first. It's a lot easier. But we are using the final round version of this game, so I went with that. And the other thing that you should know about me and what I do is I get knocked down and lose my first credit really early on. But apart from that, there is always time to do an animal penis fact in my playthroughs for the RetroTech 120p arcade challenge. And this game has no animals in it, so I've had to be a bit creative and talk about dogs, because of course you can get a boxer dog. So let's start the jingle and carry on. A dog's penis has a bone in it, and in the middle of the bone there is a gland inside that swells up when the male is copulating. The purpose of this is to keep the penis inside the female while all the yop enters into her. Once that happens, the dogs are stuck together for a short period of time until the swelling goes down. This is often referred to as a male dog tying a female, which yeah, I mean, that would be annoying, wouldn't it, if you're a human and that happened, especially if you're on a Tinder date or something. And yeah, anyway, so yeah, there was a few Easter eggs I think in the Japanese one. So you've got obviously Rocky Smith is the lead character in the Japanese one. You've also got a few Easter eggs, such as a flock of birds appearing in the ring at the start of the fight. which is damage based, an alternate head for the referee, which is time based. Thank you, Joe Wiley Twins. A bonus hidden power training session, and 2 different circuits game modes that are made accessible via the joystick input at the beginning of the game, probably even harder. Here is a little training thing you can choose to boost your attributes. I chose power because power seems to be pretty good, and they do this power thing by throwing bowling balls from the machine at the boxer's face. This is not very health and safety conscious. Any gyms that have got this see this game and think, let's do that with our boxing fighters. That would be a really good idea. I'm just going to say, you're not going to pass your health and safety protocols there. Not worth doing. Perhaps do it with balloons. That could work. I know they're quite slow moving. Maybe even one of those light cheap footballs you get from Poundland, but do not throw bowling balls at people's faces. It's just unkind more than anything, and they also will die. So yes, a big fan of Rocky films growing up. Although I didn't really like boxing games, I did like the Rocky films. Didn't really like the Rocky game. But what is your favourite Rocky film? My favourite is one of 3 or 4, probably 4, because I liked it when they amped up the cheese. Can't beat a bit of cheese in a Rocky film, can you? Although I did like the quote that he makes in, I think it's the Rocky film where he comes back, Rocky 6. I think it was that one where he says, it's a sort of variant of something he said before, which is, let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't how hard you hit, it's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That is how winning is done. Which is, a very powerful message, I think. Until you come up to this guy whose name is Iron Drago. Clearly based on Dolph Lundgren. That quote I just said, though, don't say that to someone suffering from depression. I don't think it'll work out. Just be more understanding. Not everyone can just get up. So yeah, this is the big climatic fight for me. I don't get any further than this. There will be people, as I say, who will do better than this. But it's yes, it's been an entertaining little excursion into the world of pugilism that I have enjoyed. Thanks to Frank for selecting this after running at the last minute and thwacking me around the back of your head with your run on Mug Smashers. But it's fine. This is been very enjoyable, and we must all thank Frank for giving us a most wonderful opportunity to punch some dudes in the face. I've definitely enjoyed it. And I think my run is about to come to an end. There you go. A tragedy has befallen me.
If he dies, he dies.
Well put, Mr. Drago. And yes, that is the end of my run. My boxing career is at an end. So, please, you've got plenty of time if you're watching this very early. See how far you get, join the group, and see if you can make more money than that. That's quite a substantial purse. I'd be happy with that for a while. I'll get punched in the face a lot for that. And until that time, I will bid you farewell by saying K, thanks, and bye.